Yo, guys, it's G. We are here. We've got the NCAA tournament selection show. Full disclaimer, I'm watching this show on CBS. What I will be doing is I will be plugging in the teams into the bracket as they're announced. Pretty simple example, right? So let's say Villanova is the 1 seed on that part of the bracket. There you go. What I do have that, you might not get just from watching the TV, I've got a list of bubble teams here. Now, these are all teams who, based on ESPN's projections and, mainly ESPN, anyways, so these teams, most of them are legitimately like last 4 in, last 4 buys, or first ones out. And then I threw in Vanderbilt because Vanderbilt's got 15 losses, and to me, a 15-loss team is not automatic. I don't care who your 15 losses are to. And then I put VCU just because they're a mid-major, and they did lose to Rhode Island, and crazier things have happened. I will ask you, if you enjoy this stream, to leave a like. Definitely drop your comments. Sorry, what was I going to say? I'll reply to them as much as I can. If you want to subscribe, I would appreciate it a lot. If you want to watch the show, I can tell you a little bit about what I do. So basically, NBA Live Mobile, I've been playing a lot of that. I used to do a lot more Madden Mobile. I still have some of that. And then I'm also, just going to do some variety, but I'd say heavily NBA Live Mobile, and then Madden Mobile too. So, again, mobile gaming. That's why it's called Skull Gaming Network. I am a sports fan, so that's why I'm covering the tournament. That's why you might see some football highlights, a hockey highlight or two, maybe some basketball highlights on my channel. But yeah, so I guess until the show starts, I will try to get some of my friends to call in. No guarantees that they will, but no reason that they can't. And if you guys watching, if you've got a team that is either for sure on the tournament that you want me to make a prediction for, or a bubble team you want me to try to guess what seed they'll be if they're in, drop them right now. I'll talk about them. Right now they've got Princeton on the air interviewing their coach. Princeton won the Ivy League championship, got the automatic bid. Yeah. No, I will honestly talk about whoever's team's out there. My team, I'll start it off since I'm not hearing back yet. My team is, I guess, the University of Minnesota. I don't really like them. I'm from Minnesota, but if you made me pick a college team to cheer for, it would be UConn, but UConn's not going to be in the tournament. So I'm going to go with Minnesota. They're projected a 6 seed. I think they should be a 7 seed personally. I think they will get a 6 seed though. The tournament this year is going to be really weird. So from that perspective, that I can't really I can't really pretend because Syracuse with 14 losses, Vanderbilt with 15 losses, both are expected to make the tournament, and I don't believe in that. I've said that a few times before. Yeah. Hello.
I'm watching it right now. I'm okay. It's 5:30.
Have you guys seen my stream yet?
What?
Have you checked in on my stream yet, Ace? Or Graham?
No, I don't care.
Can you at least check to see if it looks good?
No. No, but that is.
Alright, well, I think even though Michigan just won the Big Ten tournament, they're not going to make the field. In Florida, they're going to be a 16 seed.
And they'll be the first 16 seed to beat a 1 seed. No problem with that.
No, they're going to be a 16 seed playing another 16 seed, and they're going to lose to the other 16 seed.
Play it games.
They're going to put Florida against Florida Gulf Coast, and Florida Gulf Coast is going to pull the upset.
We're going to play East Tennessee State.
I don't know. See, okay, so my stream says video output low, so that's why I want you guys to look if you can.
No. Give me the stream, and I'll look.
Oh my gosh. I have to link you to my own stream when I'm trying to manage it.
That's how you're supposed to do it, you show.
Alright, give me like 20 minutes.
You should just retire.
Graham says I should retire. No, Graham, I'm not going to retire. Oh, dang, there's 5 people watching.
Who's that?
What?
5 tabs opened by G's different accounts.
Maybe that's why my stream health is so bad. No. Do you want me to link it on Skype or Facebook?
Doesn't matter. Just link it.
Oh, someone says Hail Michigan. Alright, all joking aside, I think Michigan should go all the way up to a 6 seed based on how they did.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, but the committees will drop to a 7.
But I mean that with all the... I honestly think... Okay, if Michigan is a 7, then the Gophers should be a 7, because Minnesota should not be ahead of Michigan in the tournament.
Where's Northwestern going to fall? That's the real...
Northwestern?
Like 9 or 10.
Yeah, they're projected as like an 8-9 matchup.
Okay, let me hang up on Skype so I can listen to your stream. Give me a second.
Personally, I think Northwestern should be a 10. Just because Northwestern, ever since they got to like 19 wins, they've just stopped playing well. And they lost to Wisconsin by 28 yesterday, and Wisconsin's not playing very well. So, if you made me take a position, I would take the position of Northwestern being a 10 seed, maybe even an 11 seed. I think they'll be an 8 or a 9. I think the difference between an 8 seed and a 9 seed is meaningless. I don't know. Graham, do you agree or disagree?
Shut up.
Why? Alright, so... I don't know. Alright, I'll go through each bubble team. I'll explain why they're on the bubble and whether or not I think they will and whether or not I think they should make the tournament. First off, we've got Illinois State.
They're not making it.
Illinois State.
Next.
Alright, so Illinois State...
Next.
Fine, we'll run through them all quick and then I'll go more in depth. Next is Kansas State.
Yes, next.
Marquette.
Yes. Nope, yes. Next.
Michigan State.
Yeah, no.
Yes, next.
No.
Providence.
Yes.
Yes, next.
Seton Hall.
Nope,
Yeah.
next.
Syracuse.
Nope, next.
No.
USC.
No.
Nope, next.
Vanderbilt.
Yes, next.
VCU.
Yes.
Yes, next.
Wake Forest.
Yes,
Yeah.
next.
Xavier.
Yes.
Nope, next.
Yes.
Youngstown
Nope.
State.
No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
With the
Youngstown
tournament?
State's not even a bubble team.
They made the tournament. They won their tournament.
well, then they're not a bubble team.
Then don't say them.
I was joking to see if you guys knew anything. All right, but here, Illinois State, they're 17-1 in the Missouri Valley and 27-6 overall.
Nah. Trash.
But the only team they lost to was Wichita State.
Who? Wait, what team?
Wichita State.
Good this year.
They're in the tournament. What?
No, but that's who beat Illinois State. But Illinois State's 27-6.
Who have they played? Like, have they beaten anyone?
That's a good question. Illinois State. They beat Tulsa. They beat Hawaii and lost to San Francisco.
I'm not gonna. Shut up.
Yeah, they haven't really. They lost to TCU. Okay, yeah, they're not making the tournament. Just kidding, guys. All right, next team, Kansas State. What's their record? Like 21-12. Kansas State 20-13. But they've got 20 wins, so they're in. Marquette. Let's look at the Big East teams. You've got Marquette 19-12. They don't have 20 wins, but they'll be safe. You've got Providence 20-12. They're good. Seton Hall 21-11. Xavier's 21-13.
Yeah, both of them. Seton Hall and Xavier should make it.
Nope.
And Providence.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the Big Ten. Michigan State 19-14. How does a 19-14 team make the tournament? Well, when you play like Kansas and Kentucky and Duke and UCLA and whatever.
They lost all those games, though.
I know. See, I don't think they should make the tournament because they didn't beat anybody.
Yeah, so, no.
I think they're going to make it, but I don't think they deserve it.
We'll see.
What about Indiana at 18-15?
No.
But Indiana actually beat people.
Who they beat?
They beat... Hold on. So they beat Northwestern.
That was probably when Northwestern was trash.
They beat Michigan State.
The Michigan State's definitely out after that.
Alright, so... In terms of who did they beat that's good.
Not really.
Houston Baptist. Oh, they beat North Carolina.
No, did they really?
Yes.
Oh, that might put them in there. Never mind.
They also beat Kansas.
Yeah, put them in there.
But they have 15 losses, so I don't know. That I feel I'm putting them in.
That's really tough.
I'm adding Indiana to the bubble, guys.
That's a tough one. That's who's in the tournament? Oh, South Dakota State made it. Northern Kentucky.
All right.
What part are you at? Like on TV, what part are you at?
It's showing the automatic bids.
Okay, we're about to say something.
Yeah.
Because there was one year where you were like way ahead of me, and I was getting salty because you kept calling everything like just throwing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm on this stream, so I'm not. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. All right. Who haven't we talked about yet? Syracuse. Let's look at the ACC. All right, so Syracuse is 18-14. Away from home, they're like 2-11 or 2-12. Why are they even in the discussion?
Wait, never mind. Youngstown State isn't in the tournament. I'm done.
What about Youngstown State?
They're not actually in the tournament.
I know. All right, but I think that I don't know. Syracuse is 18-14. Have they even beaten anybody? Syracuse beat Duke.
They beat Duke.
They beat Virginia. They beat Florida State.
Yeah, that's who it is. I think Syracuse makes it just because they're Syracuse and they beat.
But they lost to St. John's by 33.
Well, yeah, but you gotta think this is like
they lost to Georgetown.
This is Syracuse.
They lost to UConn.
This is Syracuse, son.
Yeah, they lost to South Carolina by 14.
Very good. South Carolina wasn't bad this year, though.
Yeah, I mean, Syracuse, like, they have an okay resume, I guess. Who else from the ACC might be on the bubble?
Wake Forest.
Oh, yeah, Wake Forest. So they're 19-13, but have they beaten anybody?
I don't know that.
Let's see. Wake Forest beat Louisville. And
I'm gonna say Duke should get a 1 seed.
No, heck no.
So Wake Forest's only good win is against Louisville.
Did they beat the crap out of them?
No, it was like an 8-point win.
Well, how bad did they lose to bigger teams? Like, did they get slaughtered or they play close?
That's a good question. I think they were mostly competitive, but like yeah, I mean, okay, so they were competitive, but
I don't know. I don't think. I hope they make it, but I don't think they will.
I honestly would take Syracuse over Wake Forest. Okay, VCU, they're really not a bubble team, even though I listed them. Let's look at Vanderbilt, because I know you're an SEC guy, Ace, but I really don't understand the fascination with Vanderbilt.
They have both times taken Kentucky down to the wire. They swept Florida. They beat Florida 3 times.
All right, so Vandy beat Florida 1-2. I think you said 3, right?
Yeah, 3 times.
They did compete well with Kentucky. They beat South Carolina once. They beat Iowa State.
Yeah, I think it makes it.
Their losses are to decent SEC teams, at least. Who did they beat in non-conference? They lost by 23 points to Middle Tennessee State.
Well, Middle Tennessee State got me.
I know. Minnesota beat them.
Yeah, that's all.
I mean, Minnesota's decent, though. Butler beat them by 10. Bucknell beat them by 3. Bucknell's a tournament team.
Yeah.
Marquette beat them by 24. If a bubble team beats another bubble team, although it was first game of the season, so it doesn't really count. Are there any other teams that you want to talk about before this show gets rolling for real.
Or Duke. I gotta look like all the teams. Like I gotta look like the teams.
I don't know. How about Duke is a 1 seed? Yes or no?
No.
I agree with you. I think if you give Duke the 1 seed, you're disrespecting the Pac-12.
Yeah.
I think
you give North Carolina or Duke the 1 seed is disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't think North Carolina should be the 1 either.
There should be no ACC teams in the 1 seed. It should be
like the ACC is a very good conference, but they have no business. I give Arizona the 1 seed in the South, Gonzaga the 1 seed in the West, Villanova the 1 seed in the East, and Kansas the 1 seed in the Midwest. It works geographically, right?
I guess so.
I think that's the biggest controversy with keeping Carolina or Duke as a 1 seed is the map.
What up, Tanner?
Wait, which one's on at 6?
All right.
That's what it's on earlier this year.
Tanner, what tournament teams do you want to talk about before we start having teams announced?
What time does it come up?
The show's starting right now.
On ESPN?
CBS.
No, it's CBS. No, are you watching Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt? No, it's CBS.
No.
Wait, Scott Van Pelt's on at 4:30 on a Sunday?
Yeah.
You're trolling.
Oh, the Ncaa basketball championship show? Yes, that's it. Oh. Yeah, Scott Van Pelt is on ESPN right now.
I didn't know he did anything other than late night. Well, I'm putting him on over SpongeBob.
I'm watching the selection show. Wait, they
All right, so they've got Scott Van Pelt covering the tournament selections on ESPN. For those of you watching me who were wondering,
bro, you got actual people watching.
I've got 3 watching. I had 10 at one point.
Are you serious? What happened to that? No, because I got
people probably figured out that I wasn't streaming the TV coverage.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, with copyright issues, like.
Oh, you got 6 watching right now.
Nice.
That's not bad.
I saw a stream on YouTube earlier. It was titled "Some Young College Kids Throw a Ball Around."
You got random people.
Cincinnati versus SMU.
You got random people up in there.
Wait, who blew a 3-1 lead? GSW. Villanova, number 1 overall seed, guys.
Who cares?
Yeah. Notre Dame will win it all. Notre Dame will win it all.
My man Tanner's picking Notre Dame. All right. You know what? I like Notre Dame to get to the Elite 8.
Buffalo.
Buffalo? Alright, so it's East, Midwest, South, and West.
You ain't know. They will upset
Villanova plays Mount St. Mary's New Orleans winner.
New Orleans will win.
So, Mount St. Mary's in New Orleans. No bubble teams getting announced yet. Man, I wish they'd announce all the 1 seeds right away.
Wisconsin's an 8 seed.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's an 8 seed. What?
Freaking God.
Wisconsin's an 8 seed. Oh.
They don't look too excited.
If Wisconsin's an 8 seed, the Gophers are going to be like a 12 seed. And they play Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech I had on that 8-9 line.
Yo, G, I think you got random people up in here. Oh, now they're pretty excited.
Alright.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I think
Virginia is a 5
I think Virginia Tech will win.
Virginia?
Oh, Virginia.
Virginia is a 5 seed and Wisconsin is at 8.
Wait, they're a
What?
5. Well, my bracket's a little bit messed up.
That's an upset right there. UNC Wilmington.
And UNC Wilmington. All right. This is a juicy bracket so far. You could have a Virginia Tech.
I hope they lose.
You could have Virginia Tech
Michigan.
Sweet 16.
Notre Dame.
Oh,
Notre Dame.
and there's
Here we go.
Florida.
Oh my God.
Aces team Florida, and they get East Tennessee State.
You got 12 people, G.
All right, so UNC Wilmington very easily could upset Virginia if UNC Wilmington can get past Virginia's defense. I like East Tennessee State. I don't know much about them. I feel like Florida's pretty safe for round one.
Dude.
Florida Virginia could be a really fun matchup. Duke, a 2 seed. That's how I think it should be.
Yeah, Duke should be yeah.
Although Duke, they're an 8-loss team, but most of their losses were with their star players injured and without Coach K. So I can understand Duke being a 1 seed, but I think that's a really tough matchup for Villanova if it gets there.
South Carolina's a 7 seed.
Troy, the 15. South Carolina.
You got 12 people. Oh, that's gonna be a good game. Marquette will upset South Carolina. Marquette will upset them.
Marquette got a really nice first round matchup.
Baylor. Oh my goodness. Who should I pick, bro? New Mexico State versus Baylor.
Baylor, a 3 seed.
I swear.
Wait, 6 seed for SMU?
New Mexico
SMU,
State.
6 seed?
I think
What?
Baylor's gonna win that. SMU's a 6 seed. They were projected as a 4, and I put them at a 5, and they're a 6. What? SMU's gonna upset Baylor second round. I'm calling it right now.
But they're gonna lose.
They played Providence.
SMU, who are they gonna get? Providence. Providence or USC?
SMU will beat Baylor second round. Duke will beat whoever played.
So Providence is off the bubble. USC is off the bubble. Marquette is off the bubble. So 3 bubble teams down. All right, so
Hey,
what do you think is the most shocking seeding so far?
SMU.
I think SMU being dropped to a 6 seed. I also think Wisconsin is an 8 seed. I would have thought Wisconsin at worst would have been a 7. I thought SMU at worst would have been a 5. Providence and USC, I saw them both making it, so. And I had Baylor as a 3, I had Duke as a 2, I had Nova as a 1. So, if I had to pick these round 1 matchups, I'd go Villanova, I'd go Virginia Tech, I'd go Florida, I'd go Virginia, I'd go SMU, I'd go Baylor, I'd go Marquette, and I'd go Duke. Then I'd go Duke, SMU, Florida, Villanova. Then I go Villanova and Duke, and then I go Duke over Villanova. Just initial reaction. Alright. We're going to make a hashtag, guys. We're going to do hashtag justice for...
Justice Young.
Justice for SMU. SMU just got robbed. SMU got robbed. They should have been like a 4 seed, maybe a 5, and instead...
Well, we're on a commercial.
Alright.
Tanner will tell us an L story.
We're...
Tanner, L story.
We've got Scott Van Pelt looking at the bracket.
Tanner, L story. L story, what? I don't have any. I'm a W. All I take is W.
That's a shocker. Wisconsin is an 8.
Look at these commercials. How do you feel about these commercials? I hate my... Hey guys, I'm about to disconnect and reconnect.
I mean, I don't understand this region. Like, Villanova's the #1 overall seed, and it's going to be a really tough road for them. So I think we've got West, South, and Midwest. All right. If you guys are wondering, yeah.
Kansas.
All right. Kansas, the second overall #1 seed. Yeah, they're like, woo, we're the #2 overall seed. And they play North Carolina Central and UC Davis. So it's basically Kansas against trash teams.
Miami Hurricanes. Ooh.
Miami is the 8 seed. That's about where they were expected to be. Will they get, I don't know, VCU maybe? Michigan State, a 9 seed. Wow. Bubble bursts. Then we've got Iowa State and Nevada.
Good to the interesting matchup.
got a 4 seed.
Purdue a 4 seed. I'm surprised they're a 4 seed after they lost to Michigan. Vermont. I think I'm calling the 13-4 upset. Vermont over Purdue. I'm calling it. Why not? Louisville. The 2 seed. They're doing a nice little highlight package for them. That's cute. I hope the Gophers are the 7 seed. I want to see Patino round 2. Jacksonville State. All right.
Whoa. 7 seed.
Michigan's the 7 seed. So Michigan gets Louisville round 2. Graham, how do you feel about that?
I'm angry.
Graham, a Michigan fan expert, is angry. The Michigan Wolverines players are excited. I wouldn't be. And they got Oklahoma State. For those of you just joining, I'm updating this bracket as soon as the teams are announced. For copyright reasons, I'm not showing the actual CBS stream. Oregon is a 3 seed. That means UCLA is a 3 seed. Wow, the Pac-12 got disrespected. Yeah, so if you want the CBS broadcast, go to CBS for it. Otherwise, like, I'm giving very up to date, and I've got some friends of mine here. We'll be analyzing this. So, Iona, all right. I think Oregon's gonna win round 1. I want to see who the 6-11 matchup is. I feel like Oregon's in round 2 upset potential. Creighton, though. Creighton moves up from a 7 to a 6 by most projections.
Oh, they're playing Rhode Island.
I think Rhode Island makes the Sweet 16. Bold prediction, Rhode Island in the Sweet 16. Alright, so Midwest region. I've got Kansas, I've got Michigan State, I've got Vermont, Iowa State, Rhode Island, Oregon, Michigan, Louisville. Then I've got Kansas, Iowa State, Rhode Island, Louisville, then Louisville, and Kansas, and then Kansas. That assumes Josh Jackson is playing for Kansas in the postseason. If there's legal issues due to him paying off the women's basketball player, things could change radically. Whoa. Okay. That was weird. There's just a glitch in the graphics on my bracket. Should be fixed now. My apologies to those of you who were bothered by it. I did not mean anything poorly by it. Alright, so halfway through.
Ncaa should be a 2 seed or 3.
I think we've seen some teams be put on different seed lines than we would have expected, but I don't think we've seen any teams in that we thought should be out, or I mean, we don't know of any teams being out that we think should be in. And we've got another commercial break, so we'll take a break in the action. We'll be back in a minute or two. This guy wants me to stream CBS, like.
Not a bad game.
And now try the flavor of hot honey mustard on the boneless wings meal.
Those are two very, very good teams.
Get up and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the offense won't be a problem, you wouldn't think, in that game. And Reese, before we step aside, I'll give you the last word on the first follow Midwest. What do you got, sir?
I think the thing we jumped out of Ncaa on both brackets we've seen so far.
Do you guys hear the TV?
They've favored geographic integrity. You've got
Okay.
Melvin, Duke, and the East. You've got
Alright. So we've got a commercial. What I think I'll try to do is TV sound for the announcements, and then I'll fill in what I say. I'll say what I have to say in the downtime. Alright. Gumbel's back.
North Carolina.
Garbage.
The third overall #1 seed out of the South. The North Carolina Tar Heels, the #1 seed, they will play in the South, and this is a shock to some people. Well, it's a surprise.
I disagree with it.
North Carolina twice. Carolina has 7 total losses to Duke's 8 losses. But again, Clark, North Carolina won the ACC regular season title. Purdue won the Big Ten regular season title. I'm looking forward to talking to the chairman, Mark Hollis, about how they value that achievement, because it seems it's pretty high.
It seems like it's very high, and we wondered about where those teams would fall on the seed line. We kind of had a good idea of what the 6 to 8 teams were for 1 and 2, and now we know Carolina's right there, and probably has been there for a bit. All right, let's take a look at who Carolina is going to play out of the Southwestern Athletic. It's Texas Southern, the #16 seed. They won the SWAC regular season title as well as the tournament championship. The #8 seed in the South, the Razorbacks of Arkansas. Coach Mike Anderson never had a losing season in his 15-year coaching career. Arkansas 25-9. They will meet the 9th seeded Pirates of Seton Hall, the 5th seed out of the Big
Seton Hall goes from bubble team to 9 seed.
PJ Carlissimo way back in the early 90s. Now, first and second round games in Milwaukee on Thursday night. The Minnesota Golden Gophers are the #5 seed.
Gophers a 5 seed? What?
The 2017 Big Ten Coach of the Year.
How is Minnesota a 5 seed?
Oh, they're taking an L, Middle Tennessee.
And this team has played at a high level most all season long. Let's see how they feel about this. They will play the number 12 seed Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee.
Yeah. That's like a guaranteed L for Minnesota.
Beat Michigan State last year in that shocking game. They returned a lot of those players, added a great transfer to Claire Williams. I spy another 5-12 upset. Blue Raiders are going to win this game.
Middle Tennessee, 30-4 on the season. Moving on down to the number 4 seed, the Bulldogs of Butler, the number 6 team out of the Big East, a third straight NCAA tournament appearances. They handed Villanova 2 of their 3 regular season losses. They will meet the Eagles of Winthrop, the number 13 seed, coming out of the Big South. They want a share of the Big South regular season championship.
I thought Middle Tennessee State would be like a 10 or 11 seed. So.
The Kentucky Wildcats, the number 2 seed. Out of the SEC, they won the SEC regular season.
I think UCLA is the 3 seed in this region.
Our ball team looked good today winning that title.
All right, who will Kentucky play? The number 15 seed out of the Horizon League, Northern Kentucky. Coach John Bramall, Horizon League Coach of the Year, and their NCAA tournament appearance is their very first. Congratulations to the North of Northern Kentucky.
Hey, I called that. Northern Kentucky and Kentucky.
Dayton Flyers at 24-7 on the year. Coach Archie Miller, 2 record 15 conference wins on the year. Their second straight regular season Atlantic 10 title this year, and they will meet the Shockers of Wichita State out of Missouri Valley.
Very surprised to see Wichita State as a 10 seed.
How is Wichita State a 10 seed?
Shows to me that the committee valuing the breakdown as opposed to some of these other performance metrics where the Shockers have been in the
I'm calling Wichita State Sweet 16 as a double digit.
Round game in Sacramento, Friday and Sunday. The number 3 seed, UCLA Bruins, Coach Steve Alford. Commandeered a school record 28 regular season wins this year. Potent offense, led the nation in scoring, field goal percentage, and assists. There's not a team that scores the ball easier than the Bruins, and Lonzo Ball's been the catalyst of it all. This is a good spot for the Bruins. I see them coming out of the South. They will meet the 14th seed Golden Flashes of Kent State. They won the MAC tournament title and a trip to their first NCAA tournament since 08. And then at the very top, the number 6 seed in the South region, the Bearcats of Cincinnati. Cincinnati reached the American Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game before losing to SMU, but they are at number 6, and they will take on the winner of the first 4 game in Dayton between Kansas State's Wildcats, the 5th Big 12 team into the tournament, and Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
So we now know that Providence, USC, Kansas State, and Wake Forest were your last 4 at-large teams in. If you were a bubble team hoping to get into that first 4, you're not very happy right now because that is done.
So Wake Forest, Kansas State.
I think UCLA. Quite honestly, I think UCLA is a team because of its offensive ability. They've knocked off high-quality opponents, and they've got a transcendent point guard, I think, in Lonzo Ball. I know both of you, we all love Middle Tennessee.
I love Middle Tennessee. I like them to beat Butler in the second round and go to the Sweet 16. It feels like it's been that kind of season in college basketball. A couple of great potential matchups there in the
UCLA got a really nice region.
Kentucky ended Wichita State's undefeated season a couple of years ago. And plus, 2 of the best regular season games this season was when UCLA won at Kentucky, and then also North Carolina and Kentucky. Between the 3 of those schools, 25 total NCAA championships. This is the glamour bracket.
On this side of the bracket, you guys are saying, watch UCLA, watch Kentucky. Exactly. That's what I think. And then you take a look at this Dayton-Wichita State matchup. Dayton, a small ball team. They play with the chip. I wouldn't concede this one to Wichita State. I like the Flyers in that. All right, guys, we remind you to play the official bracket game of NCAA March Madness.
All right, so let's break this down. I think North Carolina wins. Arkansas, Butler. I know I'm a Minnesota fan, but Middle Tennessee State, Cincinnati, UCLA, Wichita State, and Kentucky. And I've got North Carolina, Butler, UCLA, Wichita State again. Then UNC and UCLA. I think UCLA makes the Final Four.
Louisville playing that zone. Both of those teams have the ability to knock down the threes. It could be interesting to see how Louisville's matchup zone handles a three-point shooting of either Michigan or Oklahoma State in C16.
And you could potentially get a Louisville-Michigan matchup that we enjoyed a few years back. Obviously, the names and faces changed, but that was a fabulous game. As we just passed over 6 o'clock, we'll get to 7 o'clock bracketology coming at 7 Eastern time. And the third of the four regions we can share with you now is the South. So take a look at that. The bottom right of your bracket, North Carolina earns its 16th number one seed, which is the most ever. They will take on Texas Southern, and they wait the winner of Arkansas, who made it to the SEC final, taking on Kentucky today, and a Seton Hall team that I always talk about how good you're good. Seton Hall has shown that they can play with a pretty high ceiling. They're the 8-9 matchup there. That's in Greenville. Then in Milwaukee, Minnesota, out of the Big Ten, they 5 seed. Middle Tennessee, you recall last year beat Michigan State, and that's another team you don't want to see across from your team. Third Davis squad can play. Then Butler gets the 4.
I literally don't understand how Minnesota's a 5 seed. Why do you guys think Minnesota's a 5 seed?
There's no reason they should be a 5 seed. They should be an 8 seed.
I think they should be a 7 seed. But I also think that Michigan should be... Well, I think Michigan should be a 7 seed. I don't know. It's weird. For those of you wondering, I am on ESPN while CBS is at commercial.
I do believe it just fell that way but it's because of the bracketing principles and the way they do things, and that's kind of the thing. If you're gonna have all these principles, one of the principles you don't do something stupid that you've done before. And they did something stupid a few years ago, and number one seeded Wichita State team got bounced out of the tournament by an 8 seeded Kentucky. It was a 4 seed, but they
Back on.
And so I think this Wichita
Gonzaga,
State team
1
is
seed.
more of a 5, and they're really good.
It should not be a 1 seed.
Of the tournament brackets from the Ncaa and its corporate champions, the 4th overall number 1 seed is Gonzaga, to be playing in Salt Lake City on Thursday, March the 16th. Gonzaga's Bulldogs out on the West Coast, 18 straight Ncaa tournament appearances, and Mark Few, West Coast Conference Coach of the Year.
Gonzaga's the last 1 seed.
Couldn't agree with this one more.
So at 32-1 and 17-1 in the West Coast Conference, let's see who they take on. They will meet the Jackrabbits of South Dakota out of the Summit League. They won the Summit League Tournament Championship, finished with a record of 18-16 on the year, but that automatic bid goes to the Jackrabbits. Now, the number 8 seed out of the West. Here they are, the Northwestern Wildcats. 78 years in the making. Their first ever NCAA tournament, 23 wins.
Northwestern is an 8 seed.
Hey, what took you guys so long?
Congratulations to Northwestern.
That is special. Congratulations to the Wildcats. Now, who do they meet? 5th seed out of the SEC.
Vanderbilt
Coach Bryce Bruce's squad. Most losses right now
is a 9 seed.
That's a healthy number for them, maybe.
I'll tell you what, we talk about it as a bubble clock, but a 9 seed.
Strength of schedule, though, I think is part of what drove that type of seed. Congratulations to the Commodore. What a matchup in that 8-9.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it
Two
will.
coaches' sons.
That's right. That's right. You know, this was a selfie time in Evanston, Illinois. All right, first round games in Buffalo, New York on Thursday and Saturday. The number 5 seed, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Another team out of the ACC, the 8th, Coach Mike Bray's team, reached the ACC tournament final before losing to Duke. So the Fighting Irish are there at 25-9, and they will meet the number 12 seed Princeton Tigers out of the Ivy League. Coach Rich Henderson's squad, first time they had a league tournament, and they beat Yale to qualify. Continuing on down the ladder now, number 4 seed, the Coastal Tigers in celebration mode.
Nice to be young.
Oh, wait. What is it? The
The
bottom
number
two
4 seed in the West region, the Mountaineers of West Virginia, made a trip to the Big 12 Tournament Championship game. Coach Bob Huggins' squad went 26-8 on the year, and they will meet the Bison of Bucknell out of the Patriot League. 2 straight regular season Patriot League titles in 2 years at Bucknell. Be a tricky matchup for West Virginia. Press Virginia likes to turn you over and get offense that way. This Bucknell group very good with the ball and very versatile offensively. They come into the tournament winners of 14 of their last 16 games. Now, continuing on, Salt Lake City on Thursday and Saturday. The number 2 seed in the West, the Wildcats of Arizona, at 30-4 on the year. They shared the regular season Pac-12 title with Oregon. They beat the Ducks in the Pac-12 tournament title game. Congratulations to the Wildcats. Who do they meet? The number 15 seed from the Big Sky, the Fighting Hawks of North Dakota. North Dakota won the Big Sky regular season and tournament championships. They come into the Ncaa tournament winners of 10 of their last 11 games. Let's move up the ladder. The Gales of St. Mary's, the number 17. They won 20 games for a 10th straight year. 28-4, they will meet VCU. We saw the Rams earlier today, the Atlantic Tournament Final. They lost to Rhode Island, but out of the Atlantic 10, they're the 3rd team out of the A-10. It's the Rams going up against St. Mary's. And first round game in Orlando, Florida on Thursday. The Seminoles of Florida State are the number 3 seed in the West region. Leonard Hamilton's team returns to the Ncaa tournament after a 4-year absence. A lot of people like this Florida State team. And with good reason, a deep athletic team that has scoring in the backcourt. Dwayne Bacon is the guy who makes it happen for them offensively, but a very, very good basketball team and a hard team to prepare for because of the size and athleticism.
Florida Gulf Coast is going to upset Florida State.
Florida Gulf Coast University, the number 14 seed out of the Atlantic Sun, and won the Atlantic Sun regular season and tournament championship.
So we get Florida Gulf Coast playing Florida State.
Who's going to be the last bubble team in, Xavier or Syracuse?
I know you love these Eagles.
I'm with you there.
And I think they're going to the Sweet 16. How about
I think it's Xavier.
Everybody don't use me to fill out your brackets, please. I'm having fun up here.
All right, let's round out the West region. The number 6 seed, the Terps of Maryland, the 7th Big Ten team into the tournament. Mello Trumbull, first team all Big Ten selection. He averages 17 points a game. He spurs the Terps, and they will meet the Musketeers of Xavier out of the Big East.
Oh, we always torture that bubble team in the 11th seed, the last team into the field. I'm sure it's been a long wait for Chris Mack and company, and that means if you're Syracuse, if you're Illinois State, we got no spot for it.
All right, let's go back to the top of the bracket now. Gonzaga, according to the numbers, the team to beat, but also there, Notre Dame. Fired up Northwestern team. Yeah, I like Gonzaga this path here. This is a balanced team with size and depth and excellent guards. I look for Gonzaga to get through this part of the bracket and have a strong chance to get to the Final Four.
Kind of hard to pick against Notre Dame, but I think that's a comfortable matchup for Gonzaga.
Yeah.
They might struggle with a team that will try to slow them down and pound it in. That's the exact opposite of what Notre Dame wants to do. And of course, Gonzaga and Arizona played early in the season, so if those two should meet up in the regional final, Alonzo Trier didn't play for Arizona, and I talked about Florida Gulf Coast. I think they're going to beat Florida State and Maryland, and that's 3 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16.
All right, guys.
Just guess.
The bracket's now complete, and the 36 at-large bids handed out. We turn our attention to the teams that barely made the field, the teams that wound up on the wrong side of the bubble. The last 4 to make it in play against each other. Kansas State faces Wake Forest. Providence takes on USC. They are part of the first 4 games that will be played Tuesday and Wednesday in Dayton, Ohio. Teams that were close, but not in the tournament.
Yo, guys, what's going on with my stream? Alright, so, you've got the teams that made it. The teams that didn't make it are Illinois State and Syracuse. If any of you out there are upset about either of those, drop a comment. Let me know. Be like, yo, gee, this is terrible.
You got stubbed. They had a good RBI. They didn't make it.
Ace, who do you think should have made it?
Illinois State. They had a good
Illinois
RBI.
State? I know, right? Illinois State was 27-6.
Florida State's gonna get upset.
You got 19-15 Vanderbilt as a 9 seed, and 27-6 Illinois State doesn't make the tournament.
Yeah, I'm pissed. I'm done. I'm done.
Illinois State was 27-6.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
There's a lot of good matchups this year. There's a lot of good ones. I like who's Prince gonna play? I like whoever they play. I like that matchup. I don't know. They play.
Someone said Alabama A&M should have made it.
Wait, where?
Graham said that.
In the chat? My chat got disconnected.
I'm pissed. Alright, Graham, what are we playing?
I'm finishing up my freaking cover picture.
Alright, cool.
Hey,
Alright.
it's Ernie Johnson. Yo. That's my white guy there.
What did you guys think of the stream, though? Was it decent?
Who's that white dude?
Which white dude?
The one with the glasses.
Scott Van Pelt?
No, and the match and CBS.
Oh. The guy who picked the whole bracket.
I got ugly. Jordan Lenardi.
Joe Lenardi's
No,
ugly.
that's no, he's ESPN.
What?
Talking about the CBS. CBS. Joe Lenardi needs braces. His teeth are all messed up.
So the top 8 RPI got the top 8 seeds. Why is Charles Barkley on CBS?
Shut up. Because TNT and CBS are the same network and area. He's usually on ESPN. No, he's not. Yeah.
No, he's usually TNT. How much longer should I keep the stream going?
We got a good amount of people. They couldn't care less about anything else. They're all leaving.
They're leaving? I see 11 watching.
Yeah, mine says I refreshed it. It says 3. And I'm one of them. And I think Graham is the other one. Yep, bye-bye.
What? 3 people disliked my stream. Jerks.
You have 3 likes and 3 dislikes.
Alright. Well, thank you to those of you who watched this stream. For those of you who disliked it, I'm sorry that this wasn't what you expected. But, you know, if you couldn't watch the tournament selection show, this is better than nothing, right? And to those of you who did enjoy it, thank you.
I'll be back.
I'm G. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, and as always, peace out.